Hello, welcome back to another episode of I, Captain of My Ship. Today I like to tell a story about a girl from 9 years old whose best friend would move after the summer holidays. And short before that event, short before she heard that her friend was going to move, one of her best friends a few months before also moved to another city. So here you are, 9 years old, and you hear this story that your friend is going to move. And of course, this is sad. When you have a good relationship with your friend, you will really miss your friend. Well, what did this mom do in this story to help her daughter deal with this feeling and this emotion of sadness? I will tell more about it after, of course. I like to remind you of the introduction workshop I'll give. And if you want about how to give space for emotions and limits to behavior when you raise your children, how can you combine those two? If you want to know more, look at the description for the date and the time. There you can find more information. And now I will tell the story about the mom whose daughter had to deal with the emotion, the sadness after she heard that her friend was going to move. And there were two moms in this class of this girl who organized a surprise party for the girl who was going to leave. And no one else in the class knew about this surprise party. So also this girl, she didn't know. So all of a sudden, the parents brought her to this surprise party, and it was very well organized. There was a disco, there was food, there were games to play. It was very well organized. The whole class was invited. So it was a very nice farewell party for the girl who was going to leave. But of course, this was her best friend who was going to leave. So when the mother picked her up from this party, she could see that her daughter was really angry. And yeah, she drove home. And when she came home, she entered the house. She could see that her daughter was sitting on the couch, and she was just so angry with the face, like she was just. She could see, the mom could see that she was really sad and mad and all together and just feeling awful. So the mom thought, okay, well, here we go. And then she just went upstairs and just let her daughter be with herself for a while. And she started to go upstairs and clean a little bit. And her daughter from 9 years old, she came upstairs to her mom. While the mom was cleaning the house a little bit upstairs, her daughter was just walking a little bit around her, and the mom could see that, yeah, she didn't know where to go with all her emotions. And then she saw her daughter laying down on the floor in her own bedroom. And the mom thought, I'll take this moment. And she decided to stop the cleaning and lay down on the floor together with her daughter. And all she said was, I can see that you are really sad and you're not feeling okay. And then her daughter started to cry and cry and cry and cry. And the mom said, I tried not to talk too much and just let her cry and be there for her and comfort her and tell things like, yeah, and it must be awful when your friend is moving to another place. And she was just there for her daughter while she cried for about 30 minutes. And then the mom said she was starting to feel a little bit more okay. She could see it at her daughter, and she filled up the bath with nice warm water. And she said to her daughter, "Come, take a bath and relax." And that's what her daughter did. And she was sitting close to her daughter while she was taking a bath. And then her daughter started to talk and talk and talk about how much she was going to miss her best friend, and of all the good things they did together, and how much she was going to miss it. And all the mom did was just sitting there and being there for her daughter and listen to her story and tell her, yes, it is sad that your friend is going to move. And well, she was just sitting there with her daughter. She could see that her daughter was relaxing and starting to be more okay, still being sad, but relieved that the emotion could just be there and it was okay to feel this way at this certain time. And she was taking this time, and her daughter was feeling relieved that it was okay to talk about it. And her mom took the time to talk about it. And after the bath, the mom and the daughter, they decided to sit on the couch downstairs, drink a little bit of tea, and just cuddle and hug, and just have some quality time together. And then the mom said, then I brought her to her bed, and she fell asleep at peace and feeling okay. So this was just a story I heard from this mom, and I thought it was really worth sharing this story of how you can deal with an emotion like sadness. And of course there's angriness within sadness. And when your best friend is moving, your second friend in just a short while, and how do you deal with it? I thought it was a perfect story. And of course every child's different, every situation is different, but I hope to inspire you to that you can think of your own situation. What is the best way for your child in your situation? How you can deal with an emotion like sadness, which is of course a normal feeling to have when you're going through a situation like this, when your best friend is going to move. What are some tips, of course, when your child is feeling this emotion of sadness? First of all, be okay that the emotion is there. Have respect for the emotion and accept that it is part of life. And also, sadness is part of life. So that is important. So it's good when your child is going through this emotion to listen and have your full attention in this situation. And you can acknowledge the feelings with words like mm-hmm, yes, aha, mm-hmm. So things like that, so that you will not interrupt the things that your child is telling, but it is okay. And you do acknowledge it with words like that, small words like that. You can also name the feelings. I can see that you are really angry. I can see that you're really sad, or you're really mad, or whatever feeling your child is dealing with at that moment. And accept the emotion. And also, of course, give the boundary if they cross a boundary for if a child is angry or is really sad and starts to break things. for example, then of course you can have the boundary say, I can see that you are mad or you are feeling sad or whatever emotion, because this of this is happening, but this is not allowed to break things. You can, and then you can name something that they are allowed to do, like hitting your pillow or jump on the trampoline or whatever is good in your situation, of course, so that a child learns that it's okay to deal with the emotion. It is okay to let it come out of the body, but in a healthy way. So you can have your boundaries there. It's good to have boundaries for children. Um, so I hope this inspired you and it gives you some tips to how you can deal with it in your own situation. Okay, that's it for today. One more time, don't forget the introduction workshop. More information below. That's it. Have a wonderful day and talk to you next time. Bye bye.